Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
For many, a COVID vaccine is the light at the end of a very long tunnel. For others, saying yes to a shot in the arm is just not that simple.
State lawmakers under new pressure to free up money for COVID-19 financial relief, but time is running short.
The upcoming Mound Road project has neighbors in Warren fighting to save a traffic light that they say is crucial to their safety.
We'll get to those stories in just a moment, but first, let's get to this winter weather that's moving in right now through Metro Detroit.
And some areas starting to see a little bit of accumulation. Forecast still hinting at a need for some shovels here, though, right, Ben?
Yeah, guys, as the temperatures get colder tonight, as most of us are going down to the 20s and the snowfall rate starts to pick up, this will start stacking up on some sidewalks, driveways, and other untreated roads. You can see from Storm Tracker 4, not everybody's seeing the snow right now, but they're from Sanilac County right down through the south zone. There's a good chunk of us that are still seeing it, and it is continuing to accumulate, at least on the grassy surfaces, but a lot of the pavement areas are still wet. 32 and below is what most of us are seeing, although there are a couple 33s there in Mount Clemens and City Airport right now, and will continue to get colder, obviously, tonight. Winter weather advisories for most of us run through noon tomorrow. If you're in Lapeer, St. Clair, Sanilac County, those warning or advisories, I should say, go till 4 o'clock. Lakeshore flood warnings are up for Sanilac and St. Clair. High waves could cause some erosion in addition to having to deal with snow. There are your temperatures down to the freezing mark and below tonight, and we'll wake up to the 20s with wind chills in the morning. You can follow not only this storm, but everything else we're expecting in the next 10 days on the Local Forecasters app. Just search WDIV in your favorite app store. Guys?
Okay, Ben, let's get you caught up now on today's coronavirus developments. The state releasing its new numbers from the weekend.
Michigan is reporting 10,428 new cases over the past 2 days. That's an average of more than 5,200 cases per day. The state also reported 98 more deaths to the virus over the weekend. Michigan has released its most recent school outbreak numbers, and 35 more schools are now experiencing outbreaks. And the University of Michigan football team moved its activities online because of presumptive positive tests. It's the first time this year U of M has been forced to pause its season.
State legislators head back to work tomorrow with a lot of Michiganders hoping for some financial relief amid the COVID struggles.
On the table is a big request from the governor for money to help cash-strapped cities and businesses. Grant Herms joins us now, and Grant, lawmakers have a lot on their plate and only, about 9 work days left this year?
Yeah, just about 9 work days left, Kimberly and Devin, but they are supposed to have a call tomorrow with the legislative leadership to start these discussions, but it's no secret where they stand, and there is not a lot of middle ground.
I think 2021 and 2022 are going to be some of the toughest times facing municipal governments, certainly since the Great Recession. Perhaps even worse.
Today, mayors and business leaders from across the state pleading with the state and federal governments to offer some kind of relief from COVID as the pandemic hits its worst stretch in 8 months. The Monday morning press conference just 1 day ahead of lawmakers returning to work in Lansing for the final days of a lame duck session where the governor's request for COVID relief looms large. Governor Gretchen Whitmer asking leadership to approve $100 million for a state-backed stimulus, an extension for unemployment benefits, and expanded public health measures, namely a mask mandate, made state law. Today, Senate Majority Leader Mike Shirkey's office saying in a statement he's glad to see the governor reverse her position that there is nothing she can do for the workers and businesses, but added we are not able to endorse the governor's plan without having access to the details, specifically a funding source. Democrats say time is running out and something must be done.
I don't think the legislature has a choice. I'm really hopeful, and I'm going to be working really hard to make sure that we are dealing with the unemployment benefits extension in particular, and that we continue to have discussions about mask mandates and anything else we can do for economic relief as we head into the holidays and into the possibly a harsh winter.
The legislative Democrats and Governor Whitmer have been asking Congress and the White House for some kind of federal stimulus package. And last week, Speaker Lee Chatfield said he hand-delivered a letter to the president about COVID relief funding. Now, Democrats say they haven't seen that letter. We've asked for it multiple times, but we haven't gotten a copy of it either. Devin?
Well, Grant, talk about the other issues that we should be expecting here as we see lawmakers going back to work.
Well, beyond that stimulus package, election security is going to be front and center. There are hearings starting tomorrow in the Senate. Also, guns in the Capitol. Democrats say they're going to continue to push for that, especially as we talk about more COVID restrictions going forward.
We'll be watching. All right, Grant.
Well, today Moderna joined Pfizer in submitting its vaccine for an emergency use authorization. But if a vaccine is authorized, will people be willing to get it? In a recent poll, the University of Michigan found the answer depends a lot on who you ask. We talked with U of M's chief health officer, who's also the poll director, about the results.
We asked a national sample of older adults, age 50 to 80, about a future COVID vaccine and what their thoughts were. And overall, 58% of 50 to 80-year-olds said they are likely to get vaccinated against COVID-19.
Dr. Preeti Malani says 20% said they would get vaccinated right away. 46% said they would wait and let others get vaccinated first. Those most likely to want to get vaccinated right away, those over 65, men, respondents who are white, and those with higher levels of education or income.
In contrast, women, people of color, people aged 50 to 64, and those with lower income and education levels were less likely to get vaccinated. And something that's really concerning is only 40% of older adults who are Black and 51% of those who are Hispanic said they are likely to get vaccinated, despite the higher risk of COVID-related complications for these groups.
Half of respondents said their doctor's recommendation would be important in their decision. Malani urges everyone to pay close attention as we learn the details of the clinical trials in the coming weeks.
The initial results that have been shared so far are really optimistic in terms of safety as well as effectiveness. And with that information, as well as the fact that healthcare workers and other first responders are going to be lining up first to get this vaccine, I suspect some of the hesitancy that might be there will go away, because getting a vaccine with some unknowns versus getting COVID, that is a risk that most people are willing to take.
Now, Dr. Malani says she will be one of those healthcare workers lining up to get a vaccine if it's approved by the FDA, and she would recommend her family members do the same when it becomes available for them. We here at Local 4 are committed to covering every angle of the vaccine approval process, so stay here with Local 4 and click on Detroit.com for complete coverage of this critically important story.
If you live in a neighborhood off a main road, you know how tough it can be to enter and exit. Traffic lights are often needed at an entrance to make that possible. But the upcoming Mound Road makeover would eliminate one such traffic light, one at Arden Avenue. And residents there tell our Sean Lay they're concerned because it's the only way in or out.
Nearly $100 million to rebuild Mound Road. It is the largest federal grant for a non-federal road. And with a project this big, there are some bumps in this plan.
You take out our street light totally, and we will never get in or out of our own subdivision.
Cynthia Allen has lived in Warren's St. Anne subdivision at Mound in Arden for 50 years. Mound Road is getting a massive makeover, part of the plan to remove the traffic light at Arden and eliminate the cut-through. The worry, Arden is the only way in and only way out of this subdivision.
You have 2 cars per family, and if you've got kids, you've got another 4 cars that are constantly coming and going across that intersection. And right now, it's still a nightmare.
Starting next year, Mound gets a $217 million rebuild from 11 Mile to M59. Lanes will be added starting at 17 Mile Road, new lighting above, new storm sewers below, and a smart traffic flow computer system. County road officials tell us removing the light at Arden improves traffic flow. Families living off of Arden say removing the light would impact 200 families like this.
We would never get out.
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to leave.
Stuck here forever.
We'd be stuck here.
County road officials also tell us they are hearing these concerns. They're holding a special meeting this week over Zoom just for neighbors here in the St. Anne's subdivision.
If traffic gets backed up, how are the emergency vehicles going to get in? How are we going to get out?
So people living here in the St. Anne's neighborhood, they don't want their neighbors to forget that they get their own Zoom meeting to voice their concerns about the project with the county. It's Wednesday on Zoom. It starts at 6 o'clock sharp. In Warren, Sean Lay, Local 4.
Sean, keep us posted. Thank you. Detroit police are looking for someone who broke into an Eastern Market business and stole a bike. It happened last month on Division Street off the DeQuinder Cut. Watch as the person throws something multiple times to shatter a door. Then they get inside the business, grab the bicycle, and leave. Call police if you know anything.
General Motors has decided to pull back from a deal with electric truck maker Nikola. GM was expected to take over $2 billion in stock from the company and work together to produce their pickup truck called the Badger. However, the revised deal makes GM more of a supply partner with its Hydrotec fuel cell system for Nikola's commercial semi-trucks. But General Motors will not end up with any stake in Nikola.
Grinches at work after dark, but they're not actually stealing. Find out what they did to holiday lights at this Macomb County home and others.
And here's Paula Tutman.
A very important event, actually not sidelined by COVID. We're talking about moonbeams for sweet dreams for sick children at Beaumont Hospital. You can still participate safely from the comfort of your own home. I'll explain how.